Hi guys, and welcome to today's video. Thank you so much for joining me. I have a lot I would like to say, so let's just get into it. I do want to set up some very clear guidelines before I get into this video because of the topics I will be discussing. First, I would like to give a trigger warning for topics relating to P-words, P-word baiting, and predatory behavior towards minors. I am not going to go into any sort of detail on actions regarding these topics. It's just going to be mentioned as a part of the video as a whole, but I would just like to let you know in case any of those topics make you uncomfortable. And secondly, I want to be very clear that I am not trying to center myself or my experience in this overall topic we're going to be discussing. I simply just want to express my thoughts on it because it does relate to me and my own experiences I've had in my life, and I also want to understand kind of how you guys feel about this and just overall have a discussion. So with that being said, let's move on to the discussion at hand. So a couple weeks ago, I was watching my favorite Twitch streamer, Hassan Piker. He does mostly political talk on his Twitch channel, but he also does variety stuff like video games and reacts and stuff like that. But I do watch him almost daily. I really enjoy a lot of his takes, but unfortunately, some of the people in his chat have really bad takes. And this whole discussion I want to have stems from one of the insane takes that one of his chatters had. So I clicked into the stream and the first thing I see is a picture of Ariana Grande and James Corden, whoever that British guy is that's everywhere these days. And one of the first things that I heard Hassan say was him reading a comment from a chatter, and the chatter was saying that Ariana Grande P-word baits. The chatter was asserting that because Ariana Grande A, wears bows, fluffy dresses, more cutesy, colorful things, and B, that she has a petite body, that altogether resulted in her consciously deciding to bait P-words. In other words, because of the way that she looks physically, combined with the fashion that she enjoys wearing, she is purposely putting herself out there and making content that predators would enjoy. I don't know about y'all, but that sentiment alone was just revolting to me. I literally had to recoil and shake my head like, is this person for real? And Hassan had the same reaction. He immediately was just like, what did you just say? But then more people in the chat started agreeing with that chatter's opinion. I will say the majority of chatters in the discussion were also disagreeing with the take that it's wrong. There's so many things wrong with it, but there was someone spamming a particular comment that really got me upset. So on this topic of petite girls wearing cute clothes in an attempt to bait P-words, someone kept spamming a comment, "Wait till you see EGL fashion." If you are unaware, EGL stands for Elegant Gothic Lolita. So us. This chatter was talking about us, saying if you think Ariana is P-word baiting because she is small and wears cute clothes, wait until you see Lolita fashion. And I'm not sure if I would have reacted as strongly to this if I hadn't have just finished reading the book Lolita, but for the last 2 weeks, I have just been ruminating on this whole discussion and going through so many different thoughts about it that I just wanted to sit down and voice my opinion to you guys. And even if I had not just finished reading the book Lolita, I do feel like I would have had this same kind of reaction because not only are they targeting people that wear cutesy, more kawaii fashion, but they're specifically targeting people whose bodies look like mine. So there are two aspects to this that I find really upsetting. The first is the aspect of what we decide to wear, and the second aspect is something we have no control over whatsoever. As Lolitas, we have to deal with a lot of scrutiny from the public, more specifically because of the name relation to the book Lolita, which I will offer a full review on. I just finished reading it. But now we have to deal with just our bodies existing in their natural state being somehow sexually offensive. So number one, let's talk about the clothes that we like to wear. Or even as something closer to mainstream as what Ariana Grande wears. Bows, pastels, fluffy dresses, cute patterns. Apparently, these things are only allowed to be worn by children, or they are inherently decided to be childlike. Who decided that? What, at the age of 18, am I supposed to just wear beige all the time? Suddenly, these colors and the shape of these bows is supposed to be off-putting to me? These things that we wear are not inherently childlike. Because I, or anyone in the Lolita Kawaii community, dresses like this, wears pastels, bows, lace, fluffy dresses, that doesn't mean that they are attempting to make themselves look childlike. Now, on the topic of P-word baiting, in relation to wearing something that looks like this, or even something as simple as a fluffy pink dress with a bow hair clip in your hair, I find it abhorrent to have to think about or put myself in a mental place where I would be trying to understand the motivation of child predators. And if anyone out there is trying to assert that it's the clothing that attracts the predator, then we've already had that discussion before. And frankly, it's a discussion that I don't want to have again. Now let's move on to the even more insane part of this opinion, that petite women, just by existing as they are, in combination with wearing cute clothes, are P-word baiting. And I actually have a very personal story I would like to share in regards to that. If you've spent any amount of time on my channel, or even if this is the first time that you're seeing me, you can tell that I'm a small girl. I'm 5'1", I weigh 105 pounds on a good day, and I have small boobs. That's just who I am. So, back in the day, about 10 years ago, when I was first dating my husband, there was a person who was very jealous of our relationship. This person had it in their mind that they wanted to be with my now husband, so when they found out that him and I were together, they decided to spread a lot of nasty rumors and say a lot of nasty things about me. And one of the things that got back to me that this person said about me, and by extent my now husband Sumner, is she was telling people that he was disgusting because in dating me and being attracted to me, he was essentially dating and attracted to a 12-year-old boy. Now obviously jealousy and hatred can make you say a lot of messed up things, but that one's pretty bad. Not only did she decide to knowingly misgender me because I have small boobs, I guess, but she was also asserting that my husband had some kind of deranged issue with him because he found me and my petite body attractive. So as you can imagine, this topic really hits home for me, not only because of that, but because a lifetime of experience that I have with people saying all sorts of rude, messed up things because of how my body looks. So I've been told I have no boobs, I look like a boy, I look like I was 12 years old when I was actually in my early 20s, and now it's being asserted that my body is also baiting child predators. So what isn't wrong with the way that I have physically manifested in this world? And the horrible part is, it's not just me that's experienced this. I don't know why there's such an erasure of like small boob petite women out there, but I know you're out there with me and I know you share my pain and experience. Now my experience is very far removed from anyone in the trans community. However, I myself have felt dysphoria just based on the fact that people misgender me on purpose to make fun of how my body looks. That I'm not a real woman because I don't look like A, B, or C. Being petite does not make you a child. I don't understand why I have to sit here and say that. But I clearly do, because there are people out there that are trying to assert that opinion, that because you are a petite person, that makes you physically equivalent to a child. A child is a child based on their age, not on their body. And I find it really funny that someone attempting to be in the aid of standing against P-word baiting is trying to equate the body of a full-grown, in my case almost 30-year-old woman's body, post-pubescent, to that of a child. The mental gymnastics and the hoops that people with this kind of opinion will go through to try to insult us because of something they don't understand or are unwilling to learn about or be empathetic about is insane. And you know what? Instead of trying to shift the blame onto women once again for how someone is perceiving their bodies, why don't you instead care about the children, actual children, that are actually being preyed upon? And I realize that media at large really does tend to focus on whatever ideal body type there is going around at the moment, but petite women, petite people exist. This is how we were born. What am I or any other person with small breasts supposed to do? Go pay $10,000 for a boob job so we don't have to worry about being P-word bait? Are we supposed to walk around wearing 4-inch heels so we don't appear to be the height of a middle schooler? Are we supposed to live our lives being concerned with or worrying about what P-words think and feel? No. No one's opinion, and especially not that of a child predator, is mine or your responsibility. So I need to go ahead and wrap this up because I could probably talk unhinged about this for several more hours. But if I could sum this up, women, people with petite bodies, should not be equated to children in any capacity. We are not children. To make this comparison is harmful to both the adults and the children involved. In my experience as a petite woman, we get enough shit as it is from society in general, the American beauty standard. Do not take it even further by suggesting that our bodies in their natural state are inciting the most heinous and disturbing predation known to man. And finally, if I hadn't already made this clear enough, Lolita and kawaii fashion is not made to appeal to child predators. Do not project your own misunderstanding or unacceptance onto us. This is a fashion that was started as an act of rebellion by women for the standards placed on us by society. And the fact that this is a current topic proves that those rebellious convictions still ring true. I am a woman. I am petite. I have small boobs. I love cute, pastel, pink, fluffy dresses and bows. And I am not going to live my life concerned with what child predators or P-words think about any of that. And if for some reason you have come across this video and you have the opposite opinion of anything that I just stated, I genuinely hope that you educate yourself on this fashion, where it comes from, the purpose of it, the community it's developed, and what it means to all of us, instead of whatever blame game you're interested in playing instead. I think you'll be better off, and so will we. And if you are here as part of my community, no matter what your body type is, no matter what aspect of kawaii fashion you're into, I want you to know that nobody's opinion of what you wear or how you look matters. We know what this fashion is about, we know what it means to us, and we will keep wearing it proudly. If you share my opinion or would like to share any additional thoughts that this topic has brought up, please let me know down below in the comments. If you disagree with me, if you really think that I've missed the mark on any of this, please also let me know. I know that was a lot. I know it's a lot more deep and dark than any of my content usually ever is. If you're here for the fun kawaii times, business as usual will begin with the next video that I post. If you've watched to this point, I really do appreciate you taking the time to sit down and listen to me just spill my guts about this. And I feel really grateful that I have a platform at all to express myself in this way on. I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of my day. I'm gonna decompress from this. I'm gonna let this go because I've been holding on to it for the last couple weeks. I hope you guys also enjoy the rest of your day and have a good one. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you guys. Bye.